Well, I'm back. You know what? Be just straight up tripping. The end. That's all I got. I ain't got no other explanation except for I be tripping. I be tripping, or I get overwhelmed, and then I be like, what's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, lifestyle coach. We are reviewing Married at First Sight, season number 15, episode number 5. Listen, like I said, number 5. Okay, I'm not going back to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We done seen enough weddings and receptions to know how they go. I mean, I might like insert, but I'm not going back to 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, we're gonna go 5 and move forward. Maybe this time I can go all the way to the end. Maybe, huh? Anyway, really quick, couple housekeeping things. New here, subscribe. Boom, that was easy. But every Sunday at 3 o'clock, except for next Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, it's gonna be a little earlier. Check me out. To find out what time. I'm going to be on Jack and Glen's live review, including August Love Story, of course, Jack and Glen, and Chloe Johnson. Nonetheless, I'll be there on Sundays. I'm still gonna do my lives on Sundays too. I gotta figure it out. But I be missing you. Oh, child, no. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. If you are new to my channel, understand that for Married at First Sight, I go couple by couple, not scene by scene, because it helps me stay sane and be able to just talk all of it through. When they have group shots, I throw them in at the end, but it'll all make sense. It'll all come together. Let's start off with who we saw first, which was Lindsay and Mark. So we pick up and Lindsay and Mark are having a conversation about the incident that happened on the plane between Lindsay and Olajuwon. Okay, what we know is Lindsay had been drinking. She was drinking based on what Mark had said, because she said, you know, we're gonna go and make pina coladas. That song, that's what I was saying. Nonetheless, she says we're gonna go make pina coladas, and he's like, hold up. I think you need to take it slow down, because you was drinking a lot, and that's how we ended up being in the place that we were. So maybe slow down with your drinking. Don't drink them as fast, because you had 3, not 1 but 2 but 3 bottles of wine yesterday on the plane. How? They didn't cut her off? Like, I understand we be paying for it, but them drinks be like $9 for a 4-ounce cup. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I do occasionally because it's the setup for when we get off the plane. Nonetheless, 3 bottles? Did I hear that correctly? I wrote that down, that she had 3 bottles of wine. I actually, let me just say this, because you guys haven't heard any of my thoughts about anything. I actually think Mark and Lindsay could be a great pair. They do complement each other very well. However, Lindsay can be a bit exhausting. And that's what we hear Mark say. Because she's got high energy and low lows, it seems like. Well, maybe not low, but she goes from high to low. High, like extreme. When she gets upset, it's really like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole puff your chest up with Olajuwon, the whole extreme everything. Right? I'm getting beside myself. But I think that if she can manage herself, he's a good compliment to her. But it's him constantly reeling her in is going to get on his last nerve. Let's see. Because I said he has the patience and she's over the top. I also wrote down she has a flair for the dramatic. Okay? Partly that's what this is, the dramatic. One thing I didn't like that she said was that she had to class him up. Because he was a Guido. Ma'am. So you're telling me that you're all the way together? Yes, I do like some of the clothes that you are wearing. They are very, 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 very nice. However, you could use a little upgrading. Let me upgrade you yourself. He may not be polished, but neither are you. And you may look well on the outside, but when you open your mouth, you can see where you are not polished and not refined. And this hoity-toity woman that you think you are in comparison to your new husband. Stop embarrassing him. He also mentioned briefly about having a girlfriend that got drunk and he ended up having a fight or something. And I don't know, can't really remember it all. But what I do know is that it's part of like trauma for him. And so her getting drunk and being way up high and causing altercations and chaos, etc., is going to be a problem for him. It's a trigger. Yeah, that's the word of the episode. Trigger. Anyway, it's going to be a trigger for him if she's not careful. I do like, though, how she's very supportive of him. You know, she says that he's a people pleaser and that she wants to make sure that he's taking care of himself while he's trying to take care of her, because he takes care of everyone else. Now, I don't know if I said it when I was talking about her, but I think she's a good person. I actually like Lindsay a lot. It's just that she has to learn how to control, or manage would be the appropriate word, manage her emotions, her outbursts, the things that she say. Like, sometimes no filter is bad. Sometimes being direct and blunt is good, but it's all about delivery. And her delivery is a bit strong. So then he takes her to this romantic dinner that he has set up for her. And he does his best in trying to express what he doesn't like and what he kind of needs adjusting, and fails drastically. You know, he tells her that he's not happy with her high energy. This is his words, his high energy. And it's affecting him getting to know her. So your high energy, meaning the chaos and confusion that you have started, me having to constantly jump in and redirect what's happening, is affecting me getting to know you. I don't know anything about you except for your hot head, like, except for your over the top, that you have a lot of energy, that you don't know how to calm down. Like, I want to know what your likes and dislikes are. That's what he wants to say. And he says he wants to slow down. The way he was articulating it was not helping his case. He's having a hard time articulating what he needs to be said. And here's what I think for sure in the get to know process. Here is where you get to set your boundaries and expectations. Here is where you get to say and set how you communicate with people. This is the place that you would do it. Right here in the beginning, because neither of you know anything about one another. So you're already in this process for 8 weeks. No need to tiptoe around what your expectations are, what you need from this spouse. I don't know you. We ain't been dating for 10, 15, 13 years, months, whatever, okay? What we have been doing is sitting here, now you're a stranger, and we're married. So I feel like he should have articulated himself better. Like, this is what's been happening. I feel like all I've been doing is reeling you in. All I have been doing is damage control, trying to make sure that you are still liked, trying to make sure that we aren't outcast or ostracized because of your behavior. And I need you to be able to manage your emotions. Stop and think about what you're going to say. But that she didn't understand nothing he was saying because he was not clear and concise. And she said, well, what do you want? And again, he tried to tell her, but baby didn't understand it. Baby was like, wait, you want to slow down? I'm not feeling that. And then just ran the gamut on him. If you want to slow down, then stop shitting and clogging the toilet up. Stop passing gas in front of me. What else she said? She just read him for filth. Chew with your mouth closed. Reading him, but trying to say, don't be so comfortable with me if you want to slow down. If you don't want the lovey-dovey romantic stuff. You bring me to this romantic dinner to make me feel like I ain't shit, like you ain't happy, like you want to stop what we're doing, that the progress needs to quit. I don't like that. That's what she's saying. I don't like that. And so she's very vocal and very kind of mean with it. Very spiteful, very read him. It was more, I'm out here, you've embarrassed me by saying this, that you don't want to continue moving forward like we have been. So I'm going to embarrass you with some of these personal things. They get up to the room and she goes as far as to say, I'm either all in or all out. That was at dinner. but goes as far as to say, let's start over then. Let's start real slow. I'm Lindsay, whatever her maiden last name is. If you want to date me, you know how to find me, right? Like, she was disappointed because they already consummated the wedding, and how you want to go backwards. I thought we had a good time. He ain't say he didn't want to stop that. He didn't want to stop that part. He just wants you to modify the way you interact with other people. Think about it. Calm, cool, collected. And her highs and then not really understanding what happens. I really think that there are some other issues, other underlying issues that's not being addressed, and that maybe she should seek therapy for. One being her mother, not having that soft land, the feminine energy to help balance out being with her dad and her brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing. It's a thing. All right, let's keep going. Let's talk about Jasmina and Michael. They wake up in the morning, honey, and Michael is already like on one. He's talking about he feels that there's some distance between them. And that they haven't made progress in their relationship. Hello, sir? Hello, can you hear me? You've only been married for 3 days. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 días. That's it. Solo. Okay? How much do you think you're gonna know about her in 3 days? Let's really think about it. The first day was the wedding and the reception. You were introduced to each other at the altar. You sat down and you had a little bit of a conversation, a little dance. But how much did you really learn? Because you were busy meeting family and friends, so not much. If you've ever been married, you know that it is a wedding and the reception is what we would call organized chaos, okay? And you're exhausted. So when you got to the honeymoon suite, what did you do? You said it in the confessional or whatever that thing is called. You went to sleep. So you didn't talk. The next day, day 2, you met with family and friends. Then you got on a plane to go to Puerto Rico. Hey. So really you're at day 3 and you want to know what? The stars and the moon about her. No, give it time, slow down, and learn your wife. Start with what's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? Where'd you go to high school? What's your phone number? Okay, any of these would be great. How many siblings do you have? Do you only have the one sibling? Because we know that Jasmina has 9, but only knows the one. Like, there are a lot of questions that you can be asking instead of just talking about there's distance. Because there's no distance because there's already been distance. Because you don't know each other. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm sure you guys will let me know down below in the comments. I wrote down he's showing up as his sister says. He's ruining it. This is what I wrote. His excuse is he doesn't want to mess this up. Finding and nitpicking at things, nagging, nitpicking, looking for stuff, pulling shit from the sky is always a surefire way to ruin a relationship. Get out of your head, get out of your way, and enjoy this honeymoon and the time that you have with your new beautiful wife. Yeah, I just feel like they just they're harping on this. Like, it's at the pool they talk about the glass half full mentality that he has, that he's a pessimist. You know, I just feel like it's just overwhelming in talking about the negative things that they have. I really think that they both have the best intentions, but I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes Jasmina is hard to read. Like, we're watching the show and we're trying to read her and look at her and see what she's feeling, you know, trying to get a glimpse in, and she's a little hard to read. She could come off a little more than reserved, like slightly chilled, maybe cold. But it could potentially pose a problem. If he's saying there's distance, it's because he's reading her as not warm. I don't know. That's just my thought process in the grand scheme of things. Both of them have their wheels turning. She's definitely a thinker, and so is he. He's what we call an overthinker, okay? Now listen, I'm going to talk about the Catamaran later, but I'm going to talk about the fight that they had right now, okay? They come back for the Catamaran, and she lets us know, hey, he got upset, damn near belligerent, disrespectful, rude, which is something I'm not going to have. Jasmina, not me. Me either, though, girl. And said I cut him off during the have you consummated your wedding conversation. Now, if you guys remember correctly, they were talking or whatever, and he was answering. Then he turned to her and asked her a question, okay? Which was time for her to answer. There was a breather, a break. You asked me a question. Y'all go take a look. It wasn't just a pause. It was an actual question that he asked her. And she didn't respond to the actual question. But she did begin to say, for me, para me, you know, I have to have an emotional connection. So she's a demisexual. I have to have an emotional connection before I can, you know, have an intimate one with them, right? Intimate, physical one with them. I'm going to say she did not cut him off. You saw it. I saw it. There was a pause, an opportunity for her to speak, and she took it. I will say that what she said came off cold, about her, and dismissive. That's my take on it. It was like, yeah, no, we ain't consummate our relationship. And this is why, because not because collective, but because that's not who I am. Okay, she didn't do all this because she's very stoic. But nevertheless, she did. That was her response. Because and that for me felt cold. So if he said, not that she cut him off, but that it felt cold and a wall and dismissive and hard, and if I would give it to him, he would take it, then that would make more sense to me. That's just my take on it. Y'all let me know how you feel about that down below in the comments. But what I do know is she said that he was demanding, and when she apologized, it wasn't a valid apology. She felt that it was rude and aggressive, and nobody's going to talk to me like that. Me either, girl. Me either. So then we see them at dinner. Gorgeous. She looks gorgeous in that red hair pulled back. That one little piece of neck jewelry and her little studs. I was like, if that's not a classic look and a classic beauty, I don't know what is. Anyway, beauty ain't going to get us everywhere, but it's going to get us somewhere. Y'all stop playing like it ain't. Nonetheless, he asked her, well, what are your expectations of me? First and foremost, to talk to me respectfully, like you got some good goddamn sense. Like, who in the hell you talking to? No, she didn't do all that. That's me being extra and dramatic and high energy. She was very poised in saying that you are going to talk to me respectfully. And I did apologize to you. I said, I'm sorry you felt that way. But you told me that that was not good. That was not acceptable. That was not an apology. I got two things to say about that. Number one, let's start with the easiest one. We can't tell people how to apologize. We can't expect people to apologize to us in the way that we want them to. We can hope that they do. We can hope that they can hear what we felt and that they can understand it, but we cannot make them apologize the way we want them to. Number two, I'm sorry you felt that way. It's really translation for, I don't give a fuck. I ain't do that shit. I'm just apologizing about how you feel, what you felt. Because, nah, that ain't it, bruh. I was there too. You was there and so was I. And I know I didn't cut you off. So I'm sorry you felt like I did. Y'all know that. That is one surefire way to get under my skin, is to tell me I'm sorry you felt that way. You might as well not even apologize for me. Just apologize to me. Acknowledge what I'm saying, but you might as well not throw that out. I apologize. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Don't say none of that to me. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, I hear what you're saying. I understand you. I feel like that for me, para mí, es más acceptable. Okay, I don't know how to say acceptable in Spanish. It's more acceptable than I'm sorry you felt that way. Because at least I hear that you've acknowledged what I said, right? Like, I don't know, is it just me or am I tripping with I'm sorry you felt that way? I'm from the hood, though. Like, really, really, really from the hood, though. So when somebody says I'm sorry you felt that way, It's not fuck your feelings, but it's definitely that's your bag to carry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's just me. Like I said, tell me what you feel down below in the comments. He decided to accept her apology. After saying that it wasn't acceptable, he decided, you know what? I think it was more for us to move forward. Let me accept your apology, and in the future, I'll make sure to call you out on it immediately. Which probably wouldn't have worked out well either. I mean, you're sitting there on a catamaran, and you've been like, you just cut me off. Around all them people, probably wouldn't fared well for him either. So it's like a no-win situation. But I do want to say he addresses like his aggressive tone. He says he's been told that before. He also addresses his negative behavior. I don't know if it's here or before, or I mentioned it already, but he says it's because he's experienced so much loss. So he'd rather just go ahead and expect the worst. That way it's not like a hard blow. Like, I get it, but I also get that he needs to go seek some therapy for that, to work through those issues. He said he's going to work on it, though. He did say he's going to work on it. The question would be how. I always think that people should take a page out of Amani and, oh God, the little chocolate drop. Amani and, what's her husband's name? The husband getting the therapy, getting the help that you need when you're angry like that. I mean, all of us can just use therapy just so we can talk through things freely without judgment. That's just me. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to Alyssa and Chris. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. I do not like her. Okay? No me gusta. No me gusta. Yeah. I don't think that's right, but whatever. I'm working on my Spanish, y'all, if y'all don't notice. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her attitude. I don't like her spirit. I don't like her energy. I don't like how this persona that she is presenting on screen. She's constantly telling everybody what a kind person she is. I'm a kind person. I'm a kind person. I'm a kind person. I'm kind to everybody but her husband. But I'm getting beside myself. Oh, I wrote down she is superficial and shallow. And I'm going to tell you from here on out, as long as she's treating Chris the way that she is, I am likely just going to be like, I don't like her. I feel like Chris, my heart goes out to him. But my God. So, what we know for sure is that she's not physically attracted to him. Hence the reason she's shallow. Okay. He's not a bad looking guy. He's not no Instagram male model, you know, like the white ones. But he's not ugly either. He's got a great career. And maybe that was one of the things on top of him being unattractive to her that she doesn't like, is that she would come second to his job. Well, you need some help, right? Maintaining your Botox and lip injections and your lipo and your other enhancements that you have, right? Your tans, your hair, everything costs money. And so, I mean, I really feel like that's why they put the two of them together, because she's superficial and shallow, and those are the things that she likes. And then he has the means to cover it. Listen, that's all I can see so far, because she's not a nice person, and he's doing everything in his will to bring her around to the possibility of maybe we could just start from the ground zero and be friends and enjoy each other's company. So he switches gears and tries to do activities instead of having conversation. She's like, I'm the bigger person. Where, sis? Where? I'm the bigger person. Where? Did you go to sleep and we missed it? Are we watching the wrong show? Are they editing out where you're the bigger person? Because every scene that we see you in is showing that you are a whole ass bitch. Nonetheless, she's like, I'm passing time for vacation. Run me my money. Because if you're not here for what you signed up for, because what we know, season after season after season after season, if you've ever even seen Married at First Sight, what we know is that nobody knows what they're getting. It's like a grab bag. I'm going to tell them what I like and hope I get something close to it. Like, we've seen that every single season. We've seen failed relationships every single season. Like, so I don't understand how you thought. I mean, you could be cordial, but you're not. I need to get through this. Anyway, He does a grand gesture for her, and takes a chance with paddleboarding. He doesn't paddleboard. She paddleboards, hop right up there. But he falling, and she finds it funny, and I'm thinking maybe that's gonna be endearing. Maybe she's gonna find something about him that she likes, because he's making a fool of himself for her, falling and getting up, and she finds it funny, probably because he's a little overweight, and maybe his core isn't strong enough. Like, don't be that person. Anyway, I don't like her. They sit off the beach, and she tells him about a psychic, that she went to see a psychic, and the psychic said that her soulmate would have beautiful eyes and an eagle tattoo. Oh yeah, you took that literal? Okay, it's cool. Sis, I think I don't have nothing against you going to fortune tellers or psychics, seers, any of that. I don't have a problem with you doing any of that, sis. What I do have a problem with you doing is putting all your eggs in the basket, thinking that's it. It's the end all, be all, the end. That's not it. So he does it again. Thinks, oh, if I can win 2 times in a row, okay, balling. But no, he decides, I want to go snorkeling. I want to take her snorkeling with me, and she don't want to go. She decides, I'm not going to go snorkeling with him. I don't want to be that close to him. Paddleboarding was fine. I wasn't that close, but snorkeling, listen. It's cool. It's cool. Like, it's cool. Snorkeling. Y'all ain't nowhere near each other. You just don't like the man and don't know why, because you are not attracted to him. Now, that's too much noise. She's in the, restaurant eating her salad and some chips, being just a total mean girl. I don't like him. I was just like, she's getting mad because her mama said, go out there and have a good time. Like, she's a horrible person. So every time she says that she's kind, out loud, I found myself saying, what? You're a horrible person. You're a horrible person. Kind people would at least go and enjoy the company. Kind people would have drinks. Kind people would, I don't know, snorkel? Girl, get over yourself. So let's talk about now, because I'm over them, I'm not a fan. Let's talk about Noy and Steve. Poor Noy. She's such a romantic at heart. And I also realized she needs constant reassurance. She needs to know that you are in this. Like, after having her heart broke, honey, whoever's with her, poor Steve, he's going to have to constantly reassure and affirm her and his love for her. Like, that's how I feel. I was like, he's outdoorsy and adventurous. She is not. I'm all like, he's going to have to enjoy things alone, but she's going to have a problem with it. She's going to be one of those people that be like, well, why do you have to go without me? So that I can still keep some of my autonomy. So that I can still feel like a whole individual person and do the things that bring me joy. Like, I hope that doesn't end up being a thing for their relationship if they make it, but I feel like it is, because I don't think that she's going to know how to, I don't think she's going to know how, you know what I'm saying, how to be. I don't think she's going to know how to be. That's it, okay? I don't know. Anyway, they have a cute little picnic. They talk about being afraid to poop and expel themselves in front of one another. I mean, it's silly, but it's a thing when you're young and you first dating and you get ready to cross that threshold. But we all have to move our bodily functions, okay? It's important so that we don't get sick, okay? Figure out a way. I'm glad they had the conversation, like turn the water on. Are you flushing in between because you're afraid of the smell? Like, take 2 tablespoons of chlorophyll every day. So, you don't have a smell. Your bodily odors are damn near gone when you do it every day. I'm just saying, there's some things. Try them out. But have the conversation. And the funny thing is, this is more of like a chick thing. Men will just go in there and use the bathroom. Like, whatever. Make all the plop, plop, plop sounds and have no feeling. The women, we turn the water on, the music. We doing something to distract you. I mean, after you become a woman of a certain age, you just be like, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, I'm going to the bathroom, okay? And then when you come out, you be like, I lit a match, or I turned the candle on, or hold on a second, don't go in there. Like, I mean, it's a thing. It's really a thing, though. I'm not knocking the conversation. A little bit later, she tells him, I think I'm falling for you already. And she has the conversation, falling in love with you already. Let's make sure I put the L word in there. And I feel like had the producers not forced her to go say it, she wouldn't have. Listen, I know producers, they kind of guide you, but you ain't got to say what they want you to say. You don't have to go over there and get that sour ass, okay. Like, I don't think it ended it for her, but it did make it an awkward situation for him. He was like, I have strong feelings for you. I'm comfortable with you, but me saying that that I think I could fall for you, or I'm slowly falling for you, or falling in love with you, is a bit of a reach. It's a bit of a reach. And yeah, pull up, sis. Pull up. Keep it to yourself. So again, they go to the Catamaran, but I haven't said anything about that yet. But we see them at dinner, and she says that she felt a way about him putting his finger down about cheating. Whole time, though, she cheated once or twice herself. And if you pay close attention, she had her finger down, but put it back up, okay? She knew that she had cheated. It doesn't matter when it was. A lot of people cheat. It's a high number that people cheat or have cheated in their lifetime. Doesn't mean that they're going to continue to cheat, but I feel like most people, I'm going to give it a percentage, 65 to 75% of people may have cheated. And I'm not condoning it. I'm just giving you a number. Okay. And is it really cheating if you're not married? I'm asking y'all. I got my own opinion on it. I feel like, while you're single, you should date until you get married. The fuck, like, date as many people until somebody shows up and says, I'm the one for you. But it's what's the song? You're the one for me. You're the one for me. That ain't the tune, but y'all know what song I'm singing. It's the SWV song. Anyway, it's just my thought, and I want to know what yours are. So they had that conversation, and she's all like, I expected you not to be a cheater. Girl, sit down. And when they're at the pool, this is when I'm all like the whole kissing thing, or the whole affirming thing, because she's all like, from 1 to 100, how much do you like kissing me? From 1 to 100, how much do you like me? Girl, how much do you like you is important. Anything additional, anything that he brings is adding. Right? It's great because I love me. I'm excited about who I am and what I bring and how I feel about myself. So what you come to me with, anything you add is great, is welcomed. Don't subtract, but add. Let's talk about Olajuwon and Katina. I wrote down he's a bit much for me. And when I think about the whole Lindsay and Olajuwon's issue on the plane, I thought to myself, number one, you got a whole Karen situation that could hold with fucking self, okay? But number two, he's not a calm dude. He's not a laid back dude that's just gonna let you be barking at him. I'm sure he stood up. I'm sure he puffed his chest out, and somebody said, sit down, bro. You can't be like, you can't do all that. You can't do all that on this plane with this white girl. Like, I'm sure that that's probably how the conversation went. And had that been a white man, he probably would have punched him, because there's nothing about Olajuwon that said to me that he's calm, cool, and collected in a situation like that. Hence the reason Katina kind of probably jumped in and was doing her little ghetto girl. I said what I said, ghetto girl neck movement, okay? She's a cuddler. She's a cuddler, and he is not. Sounds like her primary love language is physical touch. Listen, I ain't a cuddler. But if my partner is a cuddler, I am going to try and turn my level of cuddling up for their sake, so that they feel wanted and desired, right? Outside of that, don't touch me. It's too hot. Why are you so hot? I'm not the one that be hot. It'd be the people that want to cuddle that be super hot to me. But in this instance, he was sweaty. Anyway, they go to the gym. I love a man that'll go to the gym with you and work out. I love a man that'll do that within reason. Because the way he was not motivational, but he was militant. And that is not okay. Telling me what I'm going to do and that I'm not going to wuss out and I'm serious about this. I'm passionate about this. I don't give a fuck. Who you talking to? The fuck you mean? I said I wasn't doing this. I don't like it. And I'm not. And you're not going to make me do it. I'm not a pushover. Okay? I may be your wife, but I'm not your bitch. Excuse me. Let me calm down. Because I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I'm trying to reserve all of my biases about his misogynistic behavior, his machismo, his I'm the man behavior that he's giving. I'm trying to give him some grace. Because we only on the honeymoon. I got a whole few more weeks left. And I just need to wait and hope that he proves me wrong. Anyway, so let's go to dinner. She looks gorgeous in that yellow. Okay, you know, there's the catamaran. I'm getting ready to come up to it in just a second. But you know, she looks gorgeous in that. I mean, beautiful. Muy bonita in her, I don't know, I forgot how to say it. Vestida. I think that's right. Dress? Yeah, vestida. I'm trying to practice. It's a little Dominican boo I got my eye on. He speaks Spanish, so I'll be trying to, okay, I'll be doing my little conversing. Nonetheless, she tells him about her run-in with Lindsay, which we're going to get to in just a second on the catamaran. You know, she says, I know that, you know, I said I wasn't, but I did. Okay. Then she brings up Isaac, the Isaac situation. You know, the fuck boy, the player, right? He shuts it down. And I'm confused as to why he wouldn't want to have a conversation about his past. We all have a past. Before I married you, before I knew you, I was a whole ass whatever, okay? So you cannot judge me on my previous actions, but people do. My husband, when he found out certain things, my late husband, when he found out certain things about my past, he was taken aback. And I would tell him, what did you think? I was a saint just sitting up waiting for you? Like, oh, Greg is coming. Oh, I'm just going to wait here in pure white. Oh, hell no. Okay. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no. I know that's some of y'all, but it's not me. Okay. And I'm not passing judgment on you. So don't pass judgment on me. I'm just saying we can't hold people accountable for their past unless they're not moving forward. Hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, he asked if she was bothered by the whole conversation. I'm all like, of course she was bothered. She gonna tell you she was fine, but I was embarrassed for her, okay? I was embarrassed at the fervent way that you discussed these things that we're about to talk about in just a second. In the hotel room, homeboy is fucking total duality to me. Like, in one instance, he's that militant, aggressive, very get the fuck out of my face kind of energy, okay? And in the next, he's all, oh, I want you to know that it's us. And there's a heart with a KD in it and flowers and shit everywhere. And he's massaging her feet and her hands and pampering her and tells her that it's going to be like this for the rest of your life while we're married. Now, you know I love a good foot massage, right? Good hand and foot massage is everything. I love it. But the fact of the matter is, sir, you're not going to be able to sustain that throughout your entire marriage. I don't care what none of y'all say, okay? Yes, I can come and do these grandiose gestures for you occasionally, but it's not going to be on a weekly basis. Yes, I can rub your feet and stuff. Like, but I'm not going to have a whole room full of rose petals every fucking week. Like, I think that it's unrealistic. And I just don't know. She cries and it's just a lot. I'm happy that she's a little more reserved and not like putting all of herself in there. You know, I feel like he feels like I'm the man when I walk through. You know the song. You know the song. I'm a classic man. Is that the right song? No, I be feeling like a man when I walk through. There it is. Child, I got all these songs in my head and it just be anyway. And so he feels like all the ladies should be bowing down. So his wife should be bowing down. Who's beautiful on her own, and he is actually handsome. But baby, let me tell you, just like you be pulling him, so does she. So she's not impressed by your, I don't know what you would call this, but I'm gonna keep my eye. I'm gonna try and keep my mouth off him. I'm going to wait till they get home and let him show us who he really is. Like, I think that when they get home, he going to show up. Will the real Olajuwon Isaac, whatever the D stands for, show up? Please stand up. That's it, stand up. Okay, so let's talk about the Catamaran Incident with the group activity, and then we'll be done. I mean, we've been talking for a long-ass time. So they go on like a little catamaran tour. Is it really a tour? Because they just go over to the island and they sit on a boat, and the men off the boat, and they over there just sitting on the surfboard or whatever, talking. Like, what? Y'all couldn't plan something better than that? But listen, it's not my show. It's not my show. On the way over, Olajuwon asks about consummating the marriage. Asks Mark and Lindsay. Yes, they consummated, okay? Then you see... Oh, okay. I know what I wrote. They're the only ones that consummated. Then they separate, the men and the women. Noi shares about her picnic conversation when she said, I think I'm falling in love with you. And he was like, okay. And she was feeling a little way. Steve also shares it and says it was a bit scary for him. I can imagine so. I've only known this whole 3 days. And she talking about she's slowly falling in love with me. Say what? What's my favorite color? Have I ever broken a bone? What snacks do I like? Where's my favorite place to visit? Well, she might know that one. But there are a lot of questions that could be asked that are being missed. And you talking about you falling in love. Okay. Then Olajuwon talks about he took her to the gym to push her to see if, she was going to speak up. Sounds like a manipulation tactic to me. Sir, I'm only doing these things to manipulate you. She also said, he also said that about, oh, hold on. I'll get to it. Hold on. Then you got Alyssa giving her political answers and then tells what's her face? We can move on now. Like, I don't want to talk about Chris. I don't like Chris. That's pretty much the vibe you got with you can move on. Let's move past me. This was a good time, though, for her to bond and connect. She probably should have used it to share. Then Lindsay gets excited about her connection with Mark. But Mark says it's a lot. That she's a lot. It's too much. That all this energy and having to reel her in and redirect and apologize, it's too much. And I need to tell her. They talk about the fight. Katina does. She shares how she feels and told her she thinks that I think that Katina might have been a little too emotional, too angry behind it. Because what she was saying was lost in translation. It probably would have been lost on Lindsay anyway. But I think her delivery in telling her could have been a little different. I feel like it needed to be said and she wasn't going to be happy unless it was said, even though O told her not to. And listen, O ain't the boss of her. She can do what the fuck she want to do. Say what she want, okay? That's how I feel about that, too. And don't say anything, but I understood why, so that it wouldn't incite more fighting. But, I guess I really do have, like, in the back of my mind, a thing about Olajuwon, and I really want to give him some grace. So next week, if he deserves it, if he doesn't do anything too trash, I'll give him grace. If he doesn't do anything too trash, I'll give him grace. Mark, says he recommended to his wife, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Then on the way back, they play Never Have I Ever. And this is where Noi gets upset about him putting down the cheating. This is also where Mike says that Katina had interrupted him. But the big news on here was that Olajuwon had been with a mother and a daughter. And he brought up a threesome. Have y'all ever had a threesome? If your wife wanted to have a threesome, would you have a threesome? And in this moment is where I knew she was embarrassed. Because he was too excited. And then on top of that, at dinner, he goes and he tells her, oh, I was just trying to see how you would respond. I was just testing you. Sir, you in these tests? I'm not in school. Don't test me to see if I match whatever expectations that you have that I have no clue about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it bothers me, as you can see. Olajuwon bothers me a little bit. But I want to give him grace because Black love is everything, and I really want all the Black couples per usual to be successful. I don't want them to fuck it up. And don't fuck it up in my RuPaul's voice. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Married at First Sight. If it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and become a ray of sunshine. Right there next to it is the notification bell. Click it so that you can be notified of when I upload videos. Share it with your friends so that they can come in and kiki and haha with us, especially when we go live. But right now too. Like the video, give it a thumbs up because you like me. You like my eyelashes because I put them on right. My silver hoops, my curls are popping because I smiled at you today. I don't know, my Pandora bracelet, my necklace that with my sea turtle and my clear quartz on it, like any of that requires a like. Okay, so do that. Okay, I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.